Hey everyone, I just wanted to go over neoliberalism, kind of paired with a liberal kind of economics um, mindset or ideology. So, like a liberal economics is more or less like the people that are like, oh, let the market do what it does. It's free market. Like you're messing it up by touching it, leave it, let it be. And that's a lot of those people who advocate for that. They'll point to the book Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith. They won't read it, but they'll point to it. I'm just kidding. And then neoliberalism is kind of like that on steroids, but it's more like hey, the state and the government it's not really removed from the role and intervention, even though it's perceived that way. It's just kind of shifting to help facilitate capital and stuff like that. So the governments are more governments that with neoliberal policies are more about providing support for the market and for capital itself, rather than like say workers and other such stuff. And what's interesting about this is that it gets overlooked and it gets misunderstood because of the word neoliberal, and people are like, I'm not liberal, and it's like, well, you believe in neoliberal economic policy, and they're like, I'm not a liberal, and so a mix of words. That's one thing, and the other thing too is that I think that a lot of people who push for just pure that let the markets run have this really maybe skewed or misunderstanding that like markets don't like there's a lot of suffering, human suffering between markets correcting themselves. Excuse me. And if you have state intervention that can like, shorten that up, where it's like, hey, instead of like a year of a depression, we'll have 6 months. Hey, maybe that's, I know I'm talking in broad terms, but that's kind of like how you got to talk in general until you have a specific situation that you can address. But markets take time to correct, they don't just correct overnight. And typically what I'm seeing is people who advocate for just leave markets alone, let them do what they're doing. They're usually super rich, elite, wealthy people who can weather market shifts, like upturns and downturns in the market. And then it's just like, oh yeah, I'll just let all these other people just suffer. It's like, all right, well, what kind of person are you then? Like that's not typically a good thing. If you know that that's what's going to happen. So those are just something to talk about with it. Trying to keep it short, but trying to keep it just kind of like, I don't know, relative. I mean, it's just that is what it is. That is neoliberal policy. That is how markets function. Markets don't change overnight. They take time. So let me know what you guys think, if you've ever heard these terms before or not.